10 days later, Alex goes back to Intake High School. She finds things are very different. The teachers are more organised than usual. It turns out the inspectors are in.
You've got an extra lesson.
Oh, great. Brilliant, so organised. And they've got that with their work already, have they?
Yes.
Are there any spares?
With spares underneath.
Oh, great. Oh, that's such a brilliant lesson. Thank you.
Check this out. I've got a lesson plan. I've never had one at this school before, but here it is. Clear learning objectives and outcomes, all because the inspectors are in.
Alex has been told to expect bad behaviour in her next class, a low set for science, but instead she discovers the difference a good lesson plan can make.
What kind of sperm combines with the egg that decides whether it's a boy or a girl?
Do you know what? This is the best we've been for ages, actually.
Is it?
Never.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. That wasn't a bad lesson at all. There was one moment there where everyone was actually listening to me and it was such a joy. I get quite a buzz out of that because you often just don't expect to have any kind of attention from people. So it's quite unusual when that happens. Yeah.
Instead of being given her own science classes to take as before, Alex is asked to support other teachers. She sees senior teachers taking lessons they wouldn't normally take that day. Even the pupils are sceptical.
What's point in changing school? There's inspectors, isn't it?
They know the situation.
This teacher doesn't actually work at this school. He's been drafted in from his regular job as a science teacher at another Leeds school to help out here during the inspection.
And are you the only one that's coming from another school? Can you just wait a minute?
There's lots, not in science, but there's lots around the school.
Is that normal then? They do that?
It's just because of the HMI.
Alex discovers that the school has another strategy to manage the inspection.
Hi, how are you? Are you ready for the inspectors?
They've taken some of the very worst ones out when we went out on a day trip, like they did last time, because they don't want to see them.
I'm amazed. So how many have gone out on the school trip? Roughly?
I don't know, over 20.
But surely the inspectors have seen it.
Worst kids on a school trip while the inspectors are in. I mean, that's never going to be a true reflection of what the school's like.
When Alex arrives early to prepare for her next class, she finds the room unexpectedly occupied.
Nice. I didn't realise you were teaching now.
No, we've unofficially we've withdrawn kids out of Year 9 because they behaved to let them join.
Right. Okay. So what lesson should they be in?
The one that's been observed.
So did you do that before the inspectors appeared?
Arranged it. Oh, we did it a little bit this week.
Alex finds more evidence of challenging pupils who aren't in class during the inspection.
What do you teach?
I'm a teaching assistant.
Have you been in any groups with inspections then?
Just one.
What was it like?
It wasn't maths, we were lucky. I was in geography.
But what was the lesson like?
It was fine. We only had 7 kids. She would behave, a lot of behavioural kids, but I think for HMI in there, I'm doing a workshop instead, some of them, to get them out of the classroom. Yeah. It's a bit false, to be honest, because as soon as HMI go, they're back in.
At the end of the 2-day inspection, staff gather in the hall to hear the results from the newly appointed acting head teacher.
Most lessons were planned adequately, and many were very well prepared.
Alex wasn't able to find out if the acting head teacher was aware that pupils had been removed from some classes.
Overall, the proportion of good or better and higher grades are better than the last inspection.
Inspectors found that progress had been made in teaching and learning. They decided to allow the school to recruit newly qualified teachers again.
Banned from appointing
The tactics seem to have worked. With inspectors finding the school improving, the recruitment of full-time teachers should be easier. When Alex returns to the school the very next day, it's a different picture. She's asked to cover a GCSE science lesson, and one pupil isn't too happy about it.
No, but you know, like we were an inspector thing yesterday, how come we did a practical lesson with Mr. They're not in here now. We've got a supply teacher again, but at the end of the day, we should have a class teacher. You're right. Because our GCSE's a bit riskier. I'm writing a letter to Tony Blair. I have a problem. Me and my colleagues at school feel that our GCSE results are at risk because we haven't had a set science and maths teacher from the beginning of year 10. I feel that this should be sorted out because a while back the government was complaining, and then that's all I put, but I'm going to put complaining because not enough students are getting A's. Don't believe I'm writing it.
Yeah, truly, Blair.
So it's a relief to finish at that school. It's been an exhausting week, but my emotion is I feel a little sorry for those kids because they're back to square one again on Monday with another supply teacher who they've never seen before. Supply teacher number 27 or whatever it is. I feel for them, I really do. It's a tough situation to be in.
There were other schools Alex taught at, where staff and pupils told her that similar strategies had been used to mislead inspectors.
There are scams going on. I understand the scams. I can sympathise with the attempt to pull the wool over their eyes, but it shouldn't happen. Ultimately, if you lie in terms of cheating the inspectors or manipulating the exam statistics, you're not doing anybody any good. You're not doing the school any good, and you're not doing the individual children any good.
We put our findings to Intake High School. Their response was,
the figure quoted overstates the number of supply teachers. There has been a relatively high number of supply teachers. All schools prepare more detailed lesson plans for inspections. The feedback from HMI actually noted that more detailed plans were needed for supply staff at the school, and this has been included in an action plan. Staff at all levels regularly cover lessons at Intake. The school works with neighbouring schools in the West Leeds partnership. Feedback from inspection is clear that such lessons were not used or graded as part of the evaluation of the school. A comprehensive list of all students and activities was published for the HMI visit. All arrangements were shared at the time of the visit by HMI. No misleading impression was intended or, I believe, given.
at the moment, schools in Britain are normally inspected every 6 years. Alex was to be shocked by the next school she visited.
I know from the agency and other teachers that this is a challenging school. It's going to be a tough day and I do feel quite nervous.
John Smeaton High School in Leeds hasn't had a full Ofsted inspection for 4 years. Since then, its reputation has gone down. On her first day, Alex is asked to take a group of 12 and 13-year-olds for registration.
Put the chair down. Have you worked them out yet?
Almost every pupil in the class is disruptive.
Have you? What did you say to me? Just piss off. Doing somebody...
Her next class is art with a group of 11 and 12-year-olds.
Get down from the table. No, don't draw on his work. Go and sit down. Go and sit down. Did you draw on his work? No. Let go of his head. Let go of his head, you hurt his neck. You'll hurt his neck.
Behaviour here is a complete nightmare. I mean, I can cope if there's 1 or 2 bad kids, but 5 or 6, and it's a different story. It's so hard to manage. I'm wondering whether it's because I'm a supply teacher or whether other regular teachers here have similar problems to me.
In the staff room,